All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you happened to come across this video, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mzugisi Mazula. I am currently looking at writing the DP-900 exams. My date that I'm looking at is the 6th of December due to other challenges of getting to the voucher that I must receive from my employer in order to be able to write these exams. They take a little bit longer to provide the voucher, but yeah, I am preparing in the meantime. I must say I'm excited. I hope I'm going to pass it. I'm using quite a number of different resources to prepare for these exams. I use Microsoft to go through some of the assessment practice that they are providing, like this one. The previous one that I did, I got a score of 68%. And that was done today, the 17th of November 2024. As it says here, it took me 29 minutes to complete the assessment, and it is a practice assessment for exam DP-900 Microsoft Azure or Azure Data Fundamentals. Well, I am a isiXhosa speaking person, recording this from Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, I know. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so they say here to be better prepared for the exam, aim to achieve a score of 80% or higher in a multiple attempts. Now, I can tell you one thing about this assessments of Microsoft. I did write a Z900 and I was hitting above 90% on these assessments, and I thought I was prepared and went to write, and I was just there. It was not the same as the questions, as the same way that the questions were asked here. Yes, the content was similar, but I think they troubled me and I panicked because the content was not asking the same way. And by that, I mean, if you will allow me to make an example here, on this one, you had straight questions. I'll show you. I'll show you soon. But let me just say, okay, it does give you also a performance review, explaining to you where do you need to further strengthen your skills. And these are areas that I need to further strengthen my skills according to the test that I wrote previously. So then as you scroll down, you have an option to schedule an exam date if you feel like you're prepared, or to take a practice assessment. And if you scroll further down, you can save your customized collection, which means you are going to get training that is customized for you. This material you can save here, and then Microsoft will save it for you. And then you can always revisit it whenever you feel like, I want to go check and double check and strengthen my skills in these areas, obviously. So I want us to take another practice so that I can show you what do I mean when I say it's not wise to use only this to prepare, only these assessments to prepare for your certificates. For any Microsoft certificate, I will not advise anyone to prepare using only this certificate, or rather this assessment for Microsoft certificate, because have a look. Holy cow! Have I not been sharing this with you guys this whole time since I've been talking? Have I not been sharing it? I think I haven't, because I said share a window so you guys can only see this window. Holy macrimony. Oh no, you have been seeing it. No, you have been seeing it. Okay, great. Now what I'm saying is here, this content of this assessment is arranged in this manner: multiple choice questions. So you go, which type of Azure storage is used for VHDs and is optimized for random read and write operations. So you have options whether it is append blobs, Azure files, a block blob, or page blob, right? Now, with that being said, you are going to click on one radio button here, which will be then your answer, right? Now, in this case here, my good guess, as you all know, that at this point in time, I'm playing a guessing game, trying to get an understanding of what is what to prepare for these exams. I still have a couple of good days to go, which makes me say I am safe. Still going through this content. Okay, for now here, let's say it's Azure files. But no, Azure files are not used for VHDs, and they are not optimized for random read and write operations. Okay, so that will be append blobs. I think it will be append blobs. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's page. You see, now this is what I like about this one. It says this is an incorrect answer, and then it gives you an answer here that says page blobs are optimized for random access and used for VHADs. Append blobs cannot be updated, and a block blobs are not used for VHDs. Azure files is not used as VHDs also. So when they say append blobs cannot be updated, you might be asking yourself, the question doesn't say anything about updated, but these storages are, or how can I put it? Particularly this one, or rather this one, it is optimized for CORUD, which means create, read, update, and write. So that is why they say they cannot be updated. Nonetheless, my point here is that they are organized in a multiple choice questions way. Now, if you come and look at this content of the dumps, right, from www.examtopics.com for Microsoft DP-900 exam, this question for DP-900 were last, or rather the questions for DP-900 were last updated on November 4th, 2024, right? That is 12 days from now. Now, if you come here and you look, you will realize that the questions are organized differently here. As you can see, here it says it is a hotspot. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Hot area, answer area. Descriptive analytics tells you have to choose from these four options. You must select an appropriate option here. Because this is a dump, it won't allow you to choose, but you can say which answer do you think fits the descriptive analytics. Now, in this area, it says descriptive analytics tells you what is most likely to occur in the future. That is no. What occurred in the past or right, that is the right answer. Which actions you can perform to affect outcomes. And the last option says why something occurred in the past, right? So let's say we don't know, we're not sure, we come in here, reveal the solution, and the only reason why I know this is because I went through this one already by myself. Yes, everybody, all by myself. And it does say, it does say here, okay, descriptive analytics tells you what occurred in the past. Can you see how wonderful is this one? Sorry, my camera, I cannot put it on. It's hot, guys. So I'm wearing a vest and I don't want to show you my muscles. I'm very fit. I'll make some of you feel uncomfortable and embarrassed that you didn't hit the gym in a while. So the second question, so let's do this together. So it's important to use different sources for you to pass. Otherwise, you'll be in a panic mode. If you are only using Microsoft assessments, you'll be in a panic mode. And once you are on that panic mode, chances are that you're going to fail, you see, because you're panic. Right, let's move along, guys. Let's move along. Here on this question number 2, the question says, it's a hotspot for each of the following statements. Select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Take a note, each correct selection is worth 1 point, so we have 3 points here. And the hot area is here, we answer, here are the statements. Normalization involves eliminating relationships between database tables. Is it true or false? I don't know. I'll hear from you. Normalizing a database reduces data redundancy. Is it true or is it false? I don't know. Normalization improves data integrity. I don't know either. Let's reveal the solution. There we go. So normalization involves eliminating relationships between database tables. Is not true, right? It's false. Say no. And normalizing a database does reduce data redundancy. That is true. Yes, it does. Normalization improves data integrity as well. That is true. That is true. Look at that. We have now how many points? We have 3 points, because remember, each correct mark here is worth 1 point. Thank you. Let's move along before I bore you. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option. Sorry about that. In the answer area, it's a hot area as usual. The answer area is here. It reads an extract, transform, and load process requires. That is an ETL in short. They say it requires, we must choose from these 4 options again. It requires a matching schema in the data source and the data target, or a target data store powerful enough to transform data, or it requires a data that is fully processed before being loaded to the target data store, or it requires that the data target be a relational database. Okay, yes, what's the answer there? That's a good guess you have there. Okay, let's have it here. It says an extract, transform, and a load process requires the data that is fully processed before being loaded to the target data store. Okay, wow. Further explains here at the bottom that extract, transform, and load, or in short, ETL, is a data pipeline used to collect data from various sources, transform the data according to business rules, and load it into a destination data store. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you find that I'm too slow for your liking, please feel free to go to the bottom of the settings of your YouTube channel, click there and make the speed a bit faster, 1.2, 1.5, even 2 if you want to hear me speaking very fast. Okay, move along to question number 4. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Again, it's a hot area, and the question reads, in batch processing, data is always inserted one row at a time, or data is processed in real time, or latency is delivering the data processing results is acceptable. Latency in delivering data processing results is acceptable. Processing can only execute serially. All right, let's find out what is the solution here. The solution is latency in delivering data processing results is acceptable in batch processing. And then they further explain here when to use the batch processing. They say you might expect latencies when using batch processing. For many situations, however, this type of delay before the transfer of data begins is not a big issue. The processes that use this function are not mission critical at the exact moment, all right? So, yes, in batch processing, latency in delivering data processing results is acceptable. All right, let's move to question 5. Same thing. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Now, the answer area reads, transcribing audio files is an example of analytics. Transcribing audio files is an example of the analytics. Okay, is an example of analytics, is an example of dash analytics, is an example of analytics. So there are 4 options here. There is cognitive, descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. And yes, analytics comes in 4 forms. So you have to choose one. Here, let's look at the reveal solution button. It says it's cognitive. It says it's cognitive. Why is it cognitive analytics? We'll find out as we go by. We'll find out as we move along. They say here the correct answer is transcribing audio files is an example of cognitive analytics. You got that right? Okay, that's good. Now they ask us to add a capture to prove that we're not robots. We're not robots. Right? We're not robots. Submitted. We're viewing page 2 now. And it's a drag and drop in a real question paper when you are writing. They say here you match the types of analytics that can be used to answer the business questions. To answer, drag the appropriate analytics type from the column on the left to its question on the right. Each analytics type may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Each correct match is worth 1 point. These points are very crucial. You don't miss any of this. Okay, here is where we're selecting drag and drop here. Ooh, okay, sorry about that. And then as we move along, we covered 21 minutes already. Wow. Here it says, why did sales increase last month? Which one are we going to choose here? We're going to choose cognitive. Why did sales increase last month? And then this one says, how do I allocate my budget to buy different inventory items? We will say predictive. And this one says, which people are mentioned in a company's business document? Prescriptive, right? This one is predictive and this one is cognitive. I might be wrong. We're going to review the solution. It's diagnostic. The first one is diagnostic. It is not cognitive, it is diagnostic. So diagnostic analytics at this stage, you can begin to answer some of those why questions. Diagnostics analysis are answering the why questions, and the historical data can begin to be measured against the other data to answer the question of why something happened in the past. This is the process of gathering and interpreting different data sets to identify anomalies, detect patterns, and to determine relationships. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Right, as we are moving along, as we are moving along, as we are moving along, we have, this is a live version. We also have a live chat here. If you want to tag along and have a chat, questions and answers, we are more open to those. All right, so let's go further and listen to the explanation of number 2. Number 2 is prescriptive. Prescriptive analytics is a combination of data, mathematical models, and various business rules to infer actions to influence future desired outcomes. That is prescriptive. All right, so number 2 is prescriptive. Is not predictive, but prescriptive. All right, and then predictive analytics, broadly speaking, is a category of business intelligence, right, that uses descriptive and predictive variables from the past to analyze and identify the likelihood of an unknown future outcome. Right, now we're going to number 3. Number 3 says it is a descriptive. It's a descriptive. The answer here, which people are mentioned in a company's business document. Okay, yeah, I think I'll take a break.